Hi everybody and welcome to Positively Kimmie. I am Kimmie. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. And if you're one of my returning subscribers and my besties, hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Welcome to Self-Care Sunday. So today I'm going to be using a bubble tea bath and body mask, which is from Berry's bubble tea sheet mask, and it's hydrating and toning with niacinamide and vitamin C, and this is what it looks like. It's 20 minutes facial therapy, and you do not eat or drink, because in case you got thirsty thinking you were drinking tea, you don't get to do that. And you clean and dry your face first. You put on your mask. Let's see. You remove the mask and rinse with warm water. Sometimes you just leave the mask on and you put the nutrients that are still on your face in your skin. This you have to rinse off. So I'm going to put that on, and then I have something fun that we can talk about today. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I think self-care Sundays are so important to take care of yourself and just give yourself some time so that you can just kind of reset a little bit. You know, everybody needs some time to themselves, and this is a good way to do it. You know, whatever it is that is self-care to you, if you draw, if you paint, whatever it might be, that's what you're going to do for yourself. Now, this seems to have plastic on it, and I'm not sure how this works. So I think this goes on first. I think. And then I'm going to put the other part on over it. So we're going to put this on, I think. If you know for sure, let me know if I'm doing this right or wrong. And then I'm going to put this on over it. This probably actually goes under it, but they didn't say what to do with it, so I'm not really sure. And I can't see right here. Let me see where my eyes are. There's one eye. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to wear the plastic one underneath, because that just looks and feels not right to me. And I'm sure I'm doing this completely wrong now. That's much better. That is much, much better. I'm going to do that. And if anyone knows how to use that mask, drop me a comment, because I would really love to know what it was I was doing wrong. If I'm doing something wrong, they put it in there. It's got to be in there for a reason. And I would love to know what that reason is, because it didn't say it in the directions. And if it did, I just glossed over it. You know, I don't really read directions that well. Let's just see if we put it on over this, what we think. What do we think? You think this is how it goes? We'll see. It may keep it all in that way. So we'll try that. And you won't see my mouth move, and now it looks like I have Botox, but no, I'm not going to leave that on. I'm just not comfortable with it on. Alright, so I have a Kimmie order coming up on Tuesday. And I talked to you a little bit about wearing a bathing suit, and I am going to wear it on my video, so please be kind when you see that. But one of the things I had gotten was, it's called journal prompts, and it's 365 self-discovery journal prompts. And my sister and I were going through this last night. And it's good to find out things about yourself, about your partner, about your children, about your family members. And I thought we'd go over a few of these today. And it's just something for you to think about. I think this is a really good book to have. It was $3.29, I believe. So they start off pretty easy, like what have been your current biggest lessons that you've learned? What are the closest people to you in your life right now? For me, that would be my sissy, my children, my grandson, my nephews. Those are the ones I'm closest to right now. If money wasn't an object, what would you want to be or do? When I was in high school, I always wanted to be a dentist. So that's something that I would do if money was no object and I knew my schooling was going to be paid for. I would love to go back and continue doing that. So that's what I would like to do. If you could talk to your younger self, what would you say? And I think that's really interesting because everybody's at a different point in their life. And you might be content and you might not be. But why not? What would you tell yourself? Would you tell yourself not to do something that could change the trajectory of your whole life? Like, would you say, don't get married, don't have children? Or would you say, I want everything to be the way it is exactly? Or what would you say? Because one little decision differently can change everything, so you have to remember that also. What do you do for fun currently? For me, that is YouTube. I love doing YouTube, and I have so much fun doing it. I love reading your comments, and you don't mind me looking like this, which is really a blessing, so I appreciate that. What makes you unique? And that took me a little while to figure out. 3 things on your bucket list that you want to achieve. Well, I would like to go to a Bruno Mars concert. I would love to go to Salem, Massachusetts, which is on my very, very current bucket list. Like, I like to do this within the next year. So hopefully by next year I'll have enough money saved to go to Salem, Massachusetts. I've always wanted to do that. And I'm not sure what the third one was. So probably see the Backstreet Boys. I know it's gay, but I'd like to meet them, do a VIP type thing, and actually meet them, because I just love the Backstreet Boys, and I've already met so many artists that I love and done so many amazing things. So some of the other things are, what can you do today to move closer to your goals? So this isn't about what's stopping you from achieving them, even though that is one of the questions, but these are things to make you think. And I think that's a really good idea, because we as people are like, well, if only I had money, if only I could do this, if only I could do that. But what's stopping you from doing that? Is there anything stopping you, or are you stopping you from doing that? What distractions are hiding your growth? Which is a really interesting one. What areas of your life are the most stressful for you? Which is going to be different for everybody. For me right now, the most stressful areas of my life is everything that's going on, and I need privacy sometimes, not all the time, because I love the people in my life, but sometimes I'd like some privacy, and sometimes I would like some quiet time. But when I have those things, like the quiet time and the privacy, I immediately get like, where is my sister? Why isn't she talking to me? Where is she going? And I totally flip out on her and be like, why didn't you answer your phone? And she's like, well, I was sleeping. You can't do that. You didn't clear it with the boss over here, so you're not allowed to do that to me. How do you express your creativity is another thing. It's right down there. What are simple things that make you happy in life? I love, love, love to cook for people. When I cook, like, it's been ridiculously hot, so I don't cook for anybody right now. Everybody in my house is adults. They can figure out their own meal plan, but I will make sure that people eat. But when I cook something from scratch, which I'm learning how to do, I really like to know that people are enjoying the food that I feed them, and I really, really love that. what it, what is your favorite book at the moment and why? And unfortunately, I can tell you I have not read a book in quite a while. I used to be a very avid reader, and my sissy too. We would just switch books back and forth, and if I found something I loved, I would want her to read it. She found something she loved, she would want me to read it. And now the second I go to read something, within about 15 minutes I fall asleep, so that just does not work for me anymore. Do you have a song that brings back happy, nostalgic memories? And there are so many. It doesn't mean it has to be from childhood. It can be from any time in your life, including now. Just something that's going to make you feel a certain way. Like my favorite song is To Sir With Love, which happens to be my favorite movie. But one of my favorite songs, I have two favorite songs. One you've never heard of, probably. It's Making It, which is by, who's Sissy? Sissy? She's going to look it up for me. And the other one is Billy Joel's Only the Good Die Young. But the song Making It, it just gets me in a great mood, and I just want to get up and dance whenever I hear it. David Norton. You probably never heard of him. Maybe you've heard of the song, but it's one of my favorite, and it just puts me in a great mindset, and you can't be in a funk when you hear that song. So I absolutely love that. What is something you're really good at? And mine would probably be driving people crazy. I think I'm really good at that, especially when it comes to my sissy. She is my go-to person. Let me tell you about my sissy. I love my sissy with all my heart, but I go to her with every little thing. And if I'm having a panic attack, last night I sat here, or the night before I sat here and told her I was having a stroke, and she told me I wasn't. She is not compassionate with me when I'm in a mood, and she just is like very cut and dry. Like if she thought I was having a stroke, she would be very proactive. But she looked at me and she's like, "You are not having a stroke." And I said, "No, I'm having a stroke. I have a headache right here." I was like, "I'm not feeling good. I feel like I'm coming down with something. I can smile, I can say my name. My neck feels tight. I know I'm having a stroke." She's like, "You're not having a stroke. You're being dramatic. Stop." That's how we get down in this house. Me, if you tell me you're having a stroke, I'm already on the phone with 911. I'm giving them all your symptoms. I'm telling them you're having a stroke and this is my person, and please don't let anything happen to her. And turns out I didn't have a stroke, so that was awesome, and she knew it. But yeah, so we have different ways of processing our trauma. So what are 3 things you would tell your past self? I would like to tell myself not to sweat the small stuff, because it really does not matter. I would like to tell my past self that it's all going to work out, because it always does. Things have a way of working out. Even if it happens at the last minute, it really does work out for the best. And the last thing I would like to tell my past self is to give myself some grace, because I am probably the hardest person on myself. So that's something that I would like to not have had so much worry about growing up. Like, I'm so concerned about what other people think that I would like to live my life for myself. And of course, I'm not saying that means I don't want to live it for other people and make them happy, but you need to make yourself happy before you can make other people happy. Now, what keeps you from experiencing peace? Well, that would be distractions. And in my life, there are a lot of distractions, and I feel like I've gotten used to them, but I don't think you ever really get used to distractions. You know, you think that you can cope with them and you're dealing with them, but you really need to actually face them head on. So what makes you feel powerless? And what makes me feel powerless is when people talk down to me and I actually believe what they're saying. So, and I have those moments, but I'm working on them. I'm working on being that badass, bitch, that I know I can be. And my sissy is my biggest cheerleader, and some of you are my biggest cheerleaders, and I appreciate that so much. So we're working on it. Let's see what else we have in here. There's 365 prompts. So I started writing them down in my journal so I could look back in a year from now and say, look, I've come so much further than I was, and this has been very helpful. And I think this is helpful for a lot of people, and I would like to send it to a few of my friends that I think would benefit from this. So what do you offer in a relationship? Well, baby, all of this. And right now, who would not want all of this? No makeup on, a mask on, hair in my face. I mean, why not? Do you envision yourself evolving as a person? Absolutely. I know where I want to be 5 years from now. I know where I want to be a year from now. I want to keep growing. I want to keep, expanding my life. I just am not happy being settled in the same spot over and over. I would like to be able to do more with my life, and I know there's more out there for me. So yes, absolutely. What excites me? What excites me is my family and my grandson. He is the funniest child on the planet. I was watching him when he wasn't feeling good, and I had to use his bathroom, and I had to have a moment of extreme poop in his bathroom, and they didn't have any spray, and I'm looking for the spray, and I come out, and he's like, Mima, what was that? And I'm like, oh, Mima had to go poop. And he's like, no, it hurts. And I'm like, you're being a little dramatic, you're fine. He's like, no, Mima, no, poop, no, no. I'm like, okay, make me feel really bad. I was like, so I went in and I sprayed bleach around the toilet. He's like, Mima, and he takes my hand and he goes over and shuts the door. He's like, we don't like that. I'm like, yeah, Mima didn't like that either, but it was either that or we were going to have a mess somewhere. So, he's telling me that I stink, and that was just really cute to hear from a 2.5-year-old. Let's see. When do you feel the most comfortable and happy in your own skin? And that's probably when I am alone, either doing a video, writing in my journal, with my grandson, with my sister, with people who make me feel like I am not a burden, or that I can just be myself around. So that's what I love about that. So hopefully you have people that make you feel like that as well. Any future plans that fill you up with excitement? Absolutely. I know I only have a little over 580 subscribers, but I am going to get to 1 million, and I know this. It's going to take some time, but that fills me with so much excitement and joy. I don't know how we're going to get to 1 million, but if you like my videos, if you can share my videos, and if you can comment and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Just do all the things. And if you don't want to be bothered, then you can just not put your notifications to all. You can leave them on customized, and this way you're not bothered every time I upload a video. But I would love for you to do that, and if you want to, just leave a comment, and even if it's all emojis, that would be great, and I'll always answer every comment that I get. It might not be immediately, but you will get an answer from all the comments. So this was my self-care Sunday. I get to take this off now because it's been 20 minutes and my skin is looking phenomenal. And if you know how that works, please let me know so I can do it right the next time. And with that being said, be happy, be healthy, be blessed, and most of all, be positively you, because there's no one else quite like you, and that makes me so incredibly happy. You guys rock. Love you.